interesting video about how hard it is to actually become a taxi driver in the UK.
The famous black cabs. This was suggested to us on our reaction forum suggestion. So if you want to suggest something, go in the description and fill it out. It'd be very interesting to see this because London is one of the biggest cities in the world. Probably got some crazy traffic. And I imagine becoming a taxi there and being a taxi there would be very hard.
I would think so. Yeah, being a taxi especially.
Yeah, I don't really want to be a car, but...
Let's check it out. Here we go.
33-year-old Everton is a bus driver from East London and father of 4. Go.
Go.
Everton started studying the knowledge of London 18 months ago, attracted by a cabbie's potential annual earnings of over £40,000.
A cabbie.
I weren't bringing in
£40,000 a
enough
year.
money that I thought was enough that's going to bring them forward in life.
Now with his sights set on the cabbie's exclusive green badge, he is studying for at least 35 hours a week in the hope of achieving his dream job.
Make £40,000.
It's full time to juggle life and the knowledge. It has been hard. Getting that badge will change our life dramatically. The way we live will change, where we live will change. It's massive. Test me on some runs.
Okay. Take me from Famous Three Kings to Theatre 503.
I think it's a good thing for my dad to do, but you don't get to
You
see
need to,
your
like,
dad
memorize
as
all the
much, and I think
streets.
when
That
he
would be
passes,
crazy.
I'll get my dad back and we can be
We
happy.
get taxi drivers, well, they're more like Uber/Grab drivers. I don't think they have any idea where they're going. They're just
No.
following the map.
90% of the time when we do the e-hailing, it's always map-based.
They there's sometimes where like the map will go to the wrong place and then they're just super confused, and then we end up sitting there for 20
Yeah.
extra minutes.
Yeah?
I like it when you laugh when you do this.
How cheeky you are. Family's everything, and I want to try and install a solid upbringing. I try and do everything I can to provide for the kids and my wife.
Everton is on stage 1, the first of 4 sets of multiple
Very
exams. If he accrues enough points today, he can move on to stage 2.
I've been a nightclub
So
promoter,
tons of exams to
photographer,
just
you
move on
name
to
it, probably
stage
doubled
2.
my hands in it. That was my way of life before the knowledge. It's probably the only thing that I've kind of stuck to. There's people depending on me.
Mr. Thomas.
This is so interesting.
Whoa, look at
Okay,
that.
okay,
They
so
just have a
restore
huge
card.
map.
Okay, thank you. Take a seat.
Thank you.
You make your own luck on the knowledge. If you put the work in, then it will pay off.
All right, so you've not seen me before, Mr. Thomas. My name is Miss Channels. Okay.
Nice to meet you.
Ready to start?
It's a serious
Okay, let's
business.
give it a go. Right, question 1. Whereabouts is Kensington Village?
Kensington Village. Not only have you got to do the knowledge and learn London and learn all the points, you've also got to hold it together and try and keep calm. No, I'm sorry, Mum, I'm not seeing that.
No, you sure?
Oh.
Okay. We're going to go from the London Edition Hotel.
Everton needs to pinpoint 2 locations out of London's 100,000 landmarks.
That's crazy.
Oh.
Berners Street, oh.
It is, yeah. I'd like to go from there to Battersea Reach.
Battersea Reach, Juniper Drive, Mum.
That's it, yeah. So London Edition Hotel to Battersea Reach.
He must recite
man,
the most direct
that's pretty
route,
far.
naming every road
Wow.
correctly without hesitation.
Every road?
Okay, if I leave on the right, Berners Street.
It'd be so
left
much
into East
harder,
Oxford
too, to
Street,
do
left
this off
Bond
the-
Street, forward Berwick Street, right into
Whoa.
North Street, forward Great Marlborough Street, left into Regent Street. You could just go wrong, just like that. You could just do an illegal turn and your appearance is gone. Forward into Westbridge Road,
If I-
forward into...
If I'm like telling the way I would drive to work, I couldn't even remember some of the street names
No.
of the places I go on. I just drive it.
Just recognize like, oh, this is where I need to turn.
Yeah.
And if you're walking down the street, like, or driving down the street, there's probably times where you're like, I know I have to go this way, but I'll just look until I see the street that I remember.
Yeah.
This is insane. Off the top of the dome?
Battersea Square, forward Vicarage Crescent, forward into Lombard Road, right into York Road, forward and comply, York Circus, leave by York Road, left into Juniper Drive.
Even knows that.
Wow.
Okay, and brave.
Thank you.
That's insane.
Wow.
Okay. All right, we started off a little bit wobbly, but we brought it back. So well done, well done.
Thank you.
Well, that's just the first part of this that we're reacting to. We have over here cracking London's legendary taxi test. Let's check it out.
You're in London. You need to get from the London Eye to Buckingham Palace. Taxi! Buckingham Palace, please.
We would leave on our right Belvedere Road, left Chicheley Street.
Whoa, wait. You know the whole route already.
Well, we have to. All London black cab drivers have to have completed the knowledge. We need to know all the streets and roads in London to provide that service.
Wow.
Oh, okay, let's go see where the Queen lives.
So how much do those charge? Like, are these like more money
London is
than the
famous
usual
for its
taxi in
black
the
cabs.
city?
Yeah, I
You
wonder.
need to get to somewhere no sweat, because every black cabbie has to pass an insanely hard test known as the knowledge. Like this guy.
The knowledge.
Hello, my name's Peter Allen. I've been a London taxi driver for 9 years. How can I help? The knowledge is the test that you have to pass in order to become a London taxi driver. It's the toughest taxi test in the world. The first thing you have to do is learn what's called the Blue Book. As a cab driver, it's your Bible. You have to learn 320 routes around London, so that's 640 quarter of a mile areas. You have to learn 25,000 streets and roads within a 6
How is
mile
that even
radius
possible?
of
I
Trafalgar
don't
Square
know.
in London.
There's
You
no
have to learn
way.
every single point of interest, place of interest, apartment buildings, housing estate, police stations, mosques, synagogues, churches.
A few moments later.
Clothes shop, furniture shop, china shop, nightclub, bars, restaurants, everything, anywhere where a paying passenger may want to go.
Okay then, let's go to the...
I can sometimes remember a good chunk of the 194 countries, 193 countries sometimes.
Oh.
I don't know how you would remember 25,000 streets.
And you don't have to actually put remembering a country into practice.
Yeah.
My name is Katie Channels and I'm the Knowledge of London Manager. So the exams are several phases of oral appearances.
She's famous
it's basically
now,
an
2 different
interview
videos.
type situation where you describe the streets and roads, attempting to use the shortest distance between point A and point B. So at the beginning we might ask them the name of the theatre, where that theatre is, and by the end of their knowledge we'll expect them to know what is actually showing at that theatre.
Whoa. On average, it takes 2 to 4 years to learn the knowledge. The best way to study is to go out onto the streets on a scooter. Isn't that right, Abbas?
My name is Abbas Akhtar. I've been studying knowledge for about 4.5 years now. My next appearance is in about 3 weeks' time. It's like a full-time job. You wake up in the morning, go out on your bike a couple of hours, come to the college, study. Whilst I'm sleeping, I'm studying as well. Yeah.
1 in 5 who attempt the knowledge actually pass. That's the same success rate as a US Navy SEAL. GPS and sat-navs are banned in the exam, but why not use them on the streets?
My GPS is here, and if we get somewhere and
Doesn't
we see a
need
road's
it.
closed, we need to say, right, that's closed, but I know that if I go left here, that will take me there. If I go right here, that will take me there. We need to be able to do all that, as well as having a conversation with the person in the back and solving the world's problem.
It's pretty insane. I mean, to remember streets, what's playing while there's different cars driving by, the streets are definitely full. To do it all off the top of your head is insane.
So if the test to become a taxi is so scrutinous, is it uncommon to get scammed? Can you just like hop in any taxi and you'll be fine, or is there still the bad apple?
You'd think it would be better if it's the black ones.
Yeah.
Then maybe you won't get scammed. I mean, it's pretty crazy to remember. I can remember like how to get to some of the areas, like a few towns from my house.
Mm-hmm.
I can remember some of the restaurants. I thought it was pretty cool. It's like, oh, I can get to these places without using a GPS. But I just know the whole city of London.
Yeah, the entire city.
Yeah, and they can remember 25,000 different landmarks. And like you said, we can almost name all of the countries in the
sometimes.
world. Not usually. I don't think we've ever actually completed it when we've done it. We've always missed the small island countries.
It's like something you'd know but forget about, and they have to memorize and like actually have it in practice all the time.
Yeah. But yeah, that's insane. Is it worth it? I don't know.
I don't know. Is £40,000 good for a UK salary? If they're London cab, they'd be probably living in London, and London's very expensive.
2 to 4 years of training and memorizing. That's insane. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.